I woke up around 6 a.m. and somehow managed to lock myself out of the house while everyone else was still asleep. So I went out to the back deck and sat in my favorite spot and just watched the city wake up. And sitting there, I couldn't help but wonder if maybe God was inviting me to slow down that morning. Once everyone got up, the kids wanted McDonald's for breakfast, and I had to get my usual, a peanut butter oat milk latte from Jumpin Jimmy's. After that, we headed back to the house to get ready because that morning we were going to pick up Joni, Michael Ann's grandma. Joni had told me she wanted to introduce me to someone, a well-known Seattle artist. She said he was a little different and that she had a feeling I'd get along with him. And she wasn't wrong.
I have never been more at home than when I'm taking stuff apart.
Yeah.
I ended up sitting down with him and recording an interview, and it turned into something I didn't expect. I'll share more of that next week. After leaving Kim's shop, we headed out to explore the city and made a stop at one of Seattle's most unique landmarks, the Fremont Troll. Back in 1990, this spot under the bridge was filled with trash and graffiti.
It's all for the gram.
Until a group of local artists decided to turn it into something else. What they created was a massive troll crushing a real Volkswagen Beetle, and over the years, it's become one of the most iconic and unexpected pieces of art in the city. After visiting the Troll, we spent the afternoon just driving around downtown, stopping in a few shops, taking it slow and just being together. We were scouting out where the Seafair would be held when all of a sudden you could hear it. The Blue Angels.
Oh, they're back behind us. They're circling this way.
Their engines echoed through the buildings, this deep rumble that you didn't just hear, you felt it. Every once in a while, we'd catch a glimpse of them cutting through the skyline, disappearing just as fast as they came. We all started getting excited because tomorrow we'd be out there watching them for real. It was one of those moments that just kind of stops you. But more than anything, this afternoon wasn't about chasing anything. It was just about being together, exploring the city as a family. After seeing the Blue Angels downtown, we headed back to Michael Ann's childhood home and dropped the kids off because tonight it was just us. I got to take my wife out on a date, just me and her, at Ray's in Seattle. We've been here before, but it's one of those places we always come back to, watching the sunset over the water, slowing down, and just enjoying a really good meal together and catching up. Sitting there at Ray's, just catching up, I realized I hadn't been alone with my wife since before I left on this trip. And in moments like this, I try like hell to stay present, to really connect with her, because she's truly my angel. We got to enjoy dinner and then walk down to the water and just be together for a little while. But it wasn't long before we were called back to the house. Tomorrow, we head to the Seafair, and we are all pretty excited about it. The next morning, I woke up early, 6 a.m., which is pretty normal for me. But before long, Wyatt and Reagan were up too, and by 6:30, we were heading to Golden Gardens Beach. What we didn't know was it would turn into one of those really special mornings. As we pulled into the parking lot, we saw a guy walking up from the beach holding this massive fish. It was his personal best, an estimated 20-pound fish he had just caught right there from the shore. But if I'm honest, as cool as that was, the best part for me was that Wyatt and Reagan wanted to be there with me. Early mornings out exploring together like that, these are the moments I really hold on to.
Buddy, you guys did good. I got a video of this rock. That's super pretty.
I know, didn't we do good?
You guys did great.
Basically, we started here, we blocked that off, but then over here, we have to, we started digging, but then we had to keep closing it and opening it, let water in.
He is so happy right now, guys.
And of course, I can't forget my service dog and best friend, Charlie. He's trained for his service work through Dogs for Valor, which is part of a program called The Battle Within that's back home in Kansas City. I'll share more about them another time, but I'm grateful to have him out here with me, standing on the beach, running in the ocean, watching people off in the distance doing group yoga, finding their own way to slow down. I kind of wish I could have jumped in for a bit, but we had a full day ahead of us because up next, we were heading to the Seafair. On the drive down to the Seafair, my father-in-law was behind the wheel, and if I'm being honest, that's very hard for me. I don't mind riding with my wife, but with other people, it's something I've not really done well with, especially heading into a busy city like downtown Seattle. It can get a little stressful for me. I'm used to being the one in control, knowing where I'm going and watching everything around me. So while he's enjoying the drive, taking in the sights, I'm doing my best to stay present and let go of that need to stay in control of everything. But at the same time, I was really excited. The last air show I'd been to when I was a kid, when my dad was in the Navy stationed out in California. I don't remember much about it, and honestly, it's probably better that way. But this felt like a chance to experience it again in a completely different way. When we got there, it hit me pretty quick. The noise, the crowds, all of it at once, and I could feel myself starting to get overwhelmed. But then, you hear it, that low rumble in the distance, and for a moment, everything else just disappears. And witnessing even a small glimpse of the power of our United States military. That's why I was here. back on the day, the best part for me was watching the kids with their grandpa, just being together, making memories, standing there with our feet in Lake Washington, surrounded by so many other people doing the same thing. It was simple, but it meant a lot.
Hi, duckies.
Hey, remember, slow is smooth.
So guys, look. Squeeze that way like this.
This way. Take a look around the corner. Look uphill. To be honest, yeah, I would just start like scampering to the peak.
Dude, you can turn around anytime, Wyatt.
And once you get to the corner, it's really easy. Oh, you'll see it.
We finally made it home after a long, overstimulating day. And once we got back, my wife stepped in, pushing the kids to keep going, making memories with them, while I sat back and just took a moment to reflect on the day. Looking back, what I think I learned is this: pushing myself to do things that I know are going to be overstimulating isn't easy, but it gives me the chance to create memories with my family that I might have missed otherwise. And for me, that makes it worth it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode, and please take care of yourself.